hand said 0, triggering a magical transformation from spoiled diva to devoted and caring newswoman. Over 3,000 international college students come to Virginia Beach each summer to work in the resort city, Lisa said, reading the prompter. An unlucky few end up being victims of the sinister human trafficking industry. I-Team reporter Rachel Crawford has the details. Lisa held her pose as they transitioned to the I-Team tape. She might be hard to stomach, but she was a pro. Lisa's cover-girl looks and unshakable poise would soon carry her beyond the Norfolk market, away from the place Lisa scornfully referred to as a dead-end Navy town, the place Rachel loved and called home. Rachel watched the report for about the 40th time and allowed herself a brief moment of pride. The segment started with a few shots of The Surf, a popular Virginia Beach hangout, with a voiceover from Rachel about the way international student workers helped keep the place afloat. They had video of 2 Eastern European women tending bar, waiting tables, even taking out the trash. The camera angles had been carefully selected so the viewers could never quite get a good look at the students' faces. The tape cut to Rachel, standing in front of the bar, a serious tilt to her head. But a few of these girls, who talked to WDXR under condition of anonymity, said there was a dark side to their summer at the beach. The next shot featured Rachel interviewing one of the workers. The editors had blocked out the student's face and digitally altered her voice. She talked about the owner of the Surf, Larry Jameson, the man who had promised the girls jobs and paid for them to come to America. If you didn't become one of Larry's girls, you could never get out of debt, no matter how hard you worked. Plus, there were threats. As Rachel explained the scam, a website appeared on screen. The girls' images were distorted, but it was obviously a porn site, one that Rachel had traced back to Larry Jameson. "We asked Mr. Jameson about these charges," Rachel said on the tape. "He refused to be interviewed for this report." In a few seconds, they would be live again. Rachel checked her earpiece and turned toward Lisa. She heard a pop that startled her. It might have been a few pops, something like firecrackers, coming from the other side of the studio's soundproof door. She glanced at the doors, but nobody else seemed bothered by it. 5 seconds, said a voice in her ear. 4, 3, 2, 1... A cameraman pointed to Lisa, and she turned toward Rachel. "Those girls you interviewed seem so vulnerable," Lisa said. "Did they understand they could press charges against this guy?" Out of the corner of her eye, Rachel noticed a flash of commotion at the back of the studio. Like a pro, she stayed focused on Lisa, explaining why the girls were not willing to come forward. "Hey!" someone yelled. "He's got a gun!" Shots rang out as Rachel swiveled toward the voices, blinded by the bright lights bearing down on her. She heard more shots, screams of panic and pain, pandemonium in the studio. "Get down!" someone shouted. There was cursing and a third barrage of shots as Rachel dove to the floor, crawling quickly behind the anchor desk, a fancy acrylic fixture that certainly wouldn't stop a bullet. Overhead, the suspended on-air monitor blinked off. In the chaos, Rachel looked over to see Lisa, wide-eyed with fear, her fist to her mouth, shaking with a silent sob. For a moment, everything was still. Chapter 2. Rachel huddled behind the desk, paralyzed by fear. Her breath came in short staccato bursts, miniature explosions into the deafening silence. She pressed both hands against her face, half praying, half listening, shaking with terror. She heard footsteps and heavy breathing. She gasped when she caught the gunman in her peripheral vision, towering over her. Larry Jameson, the target of her I-Team report. The man was wild-eyed, his gray hair disheveled, his face red and stubbled. He pointed a flat black pistol at her that looked like a chopped-off version of a weapon from a Rambo movie. He hit the magazine release and jammed a second magazine into the gun as the first one hit the floor. "You're the one," Jameson hissed, grabbing her by the hair and yanking her to her feet.